Hey y'all, you have just logged into Just Slay with TG. I cannot express how excited I am of this new journey that we are getting ready to launch and go on together. Just call it a coaching session. I don't know if you understand the importance that I have to be able to help someone else to be able to see the outside match the inside when it comes to their attire. So we're doing something brand new. This podcast is going to be featuring fashion, faith, and love. Three topics that I absolutely adore. If I could talk about myself for just a few moments, I'll talk about the fact that I've been in fashion for 15 years and been doing it with clients all over. And it is a joy to be able to help someone match what's on the inside with what's on the inside, what's on the inside with what's on the outside. I think that we don't really understand the importance of matching the two. It's a disservice to people to be able to be out here in this world getting all dressed up and completely broken on the inside. So do me a favor, like, subscribe, and follow as we go on this journey of fashion, faith, and love. Today's topic, we're going to talk about what does your closet say about you? I know, the closet can be a scary topic to talk about because it can really, if you think about it, expose so many things. One of the high points I think about thinking of the closet is when you're purchasing a home, getting an apartment. One of the selling tools is the closet. We want to see if it's going to fit everything that we're bringing. Does it have shelving? Is it a walk-in closet? Is it enough space to be able to house our shoes? And if you're anything like me, you got a lot of stuff. You might have shoes for days because I love shoes. So I sometimes might feel like I have more shoes than I have clothes. Well, maybe not. But I think that it's sometimes an area where it's a good selling point because we want to make sure that it houses everything. But do you realize that it also depicts where you are? The most private space sometimes exposes self-worth, self-reflection, values, life journeys, and it's also the very last place we take guests. We'll let them see the whole house, bedrooms, bathrooms, living rooms, dining rooms. But the closet, we always say, oh, excuse my closet, or the closet is marked off, can't go in there. Why is that? Is it because it's the smallest room? Or is it because it's the area that exposes really who you are? So let's get into it. I'm excited to be able to help you to be able to understand where you are. What does your closet say about you? The first thing I want to talk about is it transforming? Is it intentional? Do you reflect your worth when you see yourself in your closet? When you open that door, are you able to really be who you are? Because a lot of times people use the closet for a multitude of things. Prayer, meditation, a place to study, caves, a place to feel safe. Did you ever notice that even children, sometimes when they run off to a particular place, they run into a closet? Because no one can get to them or no one can find them in the closet. And a lot of times, we as adults even do the same thing. Sometimes it's the safest place, and it is because it exposes inwardly what we're thinking, how we're feeling, what we need, what we don't need, what we need to let go, what we need to embrace. I even realized that when I'm teaching on styling that there are 5 different types of closets. So we're going to probably get into which one are you. There's the pulper. The pulper is the one that buys everything cheap. where it's from value stores, if it's from, if you go into areas on the streets where you're just picking things up, you have no ideologist of something that's of value. You're just picking up whatever, the first thing that you can see, the first thing that you can touch, because it makes you feel like you're adding to something. Is that what you do with your emotions? Are you just adding to what you already are dealing with? Are you trying to let go of anything? Are you trying to be able to maintain where you are spiritually and emotionally? Or are you just allowing anything to just be added onto you? Are you the pulper? There's another one called the hoarder, a person that is compulsive. They just buy whatever they see. They can't go anywhere without feeling like I was able to purchase something. I don't care if it was $5, $10, whatever it is. They want to feel like they were accomplished, mentally accomplished by just buying something. There are so many times where I'll just say, hey, I'm going to go out. I like to go to the mall and just sometimes just visually just see. It helps me to clear my mind sometimes and to see what's out there. But I've never been a person that just felt like just because I was out that I had to have something. I had to have a bag. I had to purchase something. But there are people out here that are just like that, where it just feels like I always have to have something in my hand. Are you the sentimentalist? Can you not let go? Or there are some things in your closet that prom dress from 30 years ago, that loved one's favorite pair of shoes, or you never wear it. It's back in the back of the closet, but it's a sense of never letting go. It's a sense of not being able to start something new. And then you end up building a closet of things that are just a symbolization of grief, of hurt, of pain. And sometimes from the spiritual aspect, God is asking for you to let certain things go. He's asking for you to release something so that he can do something brand new. There's also the devaluist, where you are a person that always feel like enough is not enough. The more you have, the better it is. The more that you can do with, you can do this, you can do that. So everything has to add up to these pieces that you've accomplished. You have a degree, but now you feel like you have to have more. You've accomplished one thing, now you have to feel like you have to, because nothing is good enough for you. Everything has to be added to what you've already done to make you feel accomplished. Is that you? You also have the identifier, the person that actually does have value, the person that actually can look at their closet and say, okay, it's time for me to make a change. It's time for me to be able to look into my closet and be able to really see what I need to get rid of. Do you know there's actual tools to be able to do that? One of the tools is the actual declutter. When you think of an identifier, the first thing that I think of is a person that declutters. I teach all the time when I'm doing closet evaluations that you have to make sure that you first, a lot of times, switch your seasons. That's the first part of decluttering. A lot of times you have people that, I've done the military style closet. I've taught that. I've also taught that sometimes summer to spring, spring to fall, fall to winter is another area of decluttering, because we don't realize that we don't even see what we have until we actually declutter. When you see yourself in your closet, does it have purpose? When you see yourself in your closet, does it show value? Or are you just out doing things because you saw it on the next person, or you felt that it looked good on the other person? Does it make you sad when you see yourself in the mirror? Does it remind you of pain? when you see yourself in the mirror? I always tell people in your closet, there should be some type of mirror. If it's a small mirror, if it's a long mirror, a standing mirror. Because anything that you put on, you should be able to feel something when you put it on. Are you going somewhere when you do you feel like in your mind, oh, I'm going somewhere. This is it. This is the outfit that's going to help me to feel like I'm going to accomplish something. But when you feel like that, does it match really what's in the inside? Are you intentional when you put your clothes on? Does it reflect your value? Or are you trying to be something that you're not? And a lot of times we don't really understand that that's sometimes what we do. We are so emotionally broken, spiritually, in a rut, that a lot of times we add the quantity of things to be able to help us to feel like it's actual quality when we put on our clothes. But in actuality, it really exposes, and that's what the closet does. It exposes where you are inwardly. It exposes what you see. It exposes your life journey. And sometimes we have to be the hoarder that is turning to the identifier, or the pauper that's turning into the person that's the identifier, the sentimentalist that's turning into the identifier. Being okay with letting go, being okay for not being able to go to the store and just pick up the most random piece because we feel like we have to have something. So I just encourage you to be able to look at it from different perspectives. When you see yourself, what's intentional to you in your closet? What do you reflect when you're in your closet? Is it an area for you to pray? Because if it isn't, maybe that'll help you to be able to determine if the right items that you're picking up when you're putting them on help you to really see who God is wanting you to be, or who He's instilled in you to be. Because a lot of times we see stuff that's out. I talk about it all the time, that even in church, when we go out, style has become so different. It used to be church attire, dressy attire, business attire, casual attire, gym attire. We've now combined them all into one. We do all of it together, and we just wear it all different places, from church to work to hanging out, and we make it try to fit, when in actuality God is saying everything can't fit. It's the same way in your closet, the same way in your emotional space, the same way in your spiritual space, the same way in your inward space of how you see yourself. Everything can't fit. I need to be able to let go of the old so that I can cross over to what's new. So if I have everything in my closet that reminds me of hurt, that reminds me of grievance, that reminds me of pain, I'll never be able to cross over. If I look at it from the selling point, going back to the house, that I just want everything to fit, then I'm never really understanding that it can come across as a hoarder mindset. As long as I got space, as long as I got room to be able to fit everything, I'll be okay. But God wants to do something completely new. He wants to be able to give you an opportunity to declutter, to have purpose, to walk in your truth of who you really are and what that actually looks like. What does it look like for you? So I keep asking these questions because I want this to be something that you actually to take away, to where you can actually sit, ponder, and think. Who am I? Which closet type do I have? Which person am I? When I look at myself in that small mirror, who do I see when I reflect with my closet? Is it a closet full of stuff? Is it organized, or is it organized? Does it show purpose? Does it just show that you just got clothes, because we love women, especially women. We love to be able to say, oh, girl, I got this and I got that. But it's 20 and 30 and 40 years of stuff. And most of the time, that 40-year-old dress, that 20-year-old dress doesn't show quality, it shows quantity. And God is trying to expose what he's trying to get you free from so that you can walk in the newness of where he's trying to get you to. So when you think about that most private space, I want you to start having a self-reflection to allow your closet, your most valuable selling point, to now match your most private inward space. So I know this might have been a short episode, but there's more to come. We're going to talk about faith. We're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about all different types of things. But I thought to start it out with making sure that you were able to walk away reflecting. Because if we never really look at exposing ourselves, we'll never really be the fullness of who we're called to be. And I think that a lot of times the first place that we start is inward, but we expose it outward because we think that the outward appearance is what makes everything look a certain way and makes us feel a certain way. But you can have on the 9 of 9s, the Gucci, the Louis Vuitton, the Chanel, the 6-inch heels, all the things, and be completely broken. Completely broken. And if I could be completely honest with you, I've been there. I've been in that place where because I grew up in a place where, if you know my family, you know, we love to dress. My mama, God rest her soul, was a person that, her words used to always be, represent me well. Because it was important that the outward appearance looked a certain way. From my grandparents on, every cousins, aunts, uncles. I had an uncle that was called Ep.1 because it was always the person that when you saw, he had on the 9s. He was going to be clean. And in St. Louis terms, it was cleaner than the Board of Health. But how many times have I walked out completely broken, completely depressed, frustrated, hurt, grieving, but dressed to the 9s? It took me to get to my closet to really be able to really heal, to really see what that looked like. And the first place that I saw where I was completely broken was when I walked into my closet. Stuff was everywhere. It exposed anxiety, fear, frustration, pain, hurt. It took me one day just decluttering, throwing things out, getting rid of things, and not realizing that it was actually like relief. It was, when you looked up, it was just like, wow, I didn't even realize I needed that. I didn't realize that was important. I didn't realize that was something that I needed to exhale. It was an exhale moment. And a lot of times we never do until we actually start picking up stuff. We start throwing away stuff. I had stuff from old relationships and things from my mom. And so now I've had to, because there are some sentimentalist things that you don't want to get rid of, but it just needs to make it out of the closet. Put it in a box. Have a box that you'll always go to. But everything doesn't need to be in your most private space. The space that keeps your mind and your emotions intact. And that's why I had a client one time out of town, and she had several closets, thousands of clothes, but she also had the same items in different colors. So she had sentimentalist pieces. I created different spaces for each area of the things that needed that time, that needed that space for her. If you needed it, because we all have times where we grieve, we cry, we think about that loved one or that situation that may have hurt. But I've come to realize that when you get to the point of understanding that your wholeness, your self-worth, your value, and your life journey that God wants to continue to take you on starts in your closet, you'll begin to look at your closet from a different viewpoint. So I hope you enjoyed this first episode. I'm excited. I can't wait to the next one. But remember, you have to sign up because I need some slayers and I want you to be my slayer. So remember, subscribe, like, and follow. And until next time, just slay with TG.